appreciate being here, bro. You already know.
Yes, sir. Let's just get into it. Let's talk about your beginnings, bro. Like your childhood. What was it like for you growing up?
You know, stereotypical young black boy. You know, single parent household. Couple brothers, sister. You know what I'm saying? I was the youngest. We just came up in a real situation. You know what I'm saying? My mama was raised in that party era, you know what I mean? The crack era and all of that. So, you know, even though we was kind of affected by that, it felt normal. You feel me? So, but it was really that that story you hear and expect. Like, it was really that, bro. Like, we came from the Section 8, we came from the, you know what I'm saying, government help and that type of stuff. So it was, you know, it was different. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, when you're going through it, that shit's just regular. So, you know, I never categorized it as like, you know what I mean, we living like this or that. It was just, you know, that was kind of the gist of how a nigga came up.
Where are you from?
I'm from Washington. Myself, you know what I mean? A lot of my upbringing been in East Hill area. I've lived in Tacoma. I've lived, you know, up and down I-5. You know, I lived a lot of places. Like my entire childhood, I moved around a lot. And that's kind of like built up you know, the type of people that I've known around the area. You get what I'm saying? Around the state and things like that due to that. Like, I've always bounced around from, you know what I'm saying? It could be this part of Kent, Renton, Federal Way. It could be Tacoma, Lakewood, Spanaway, Hill. You know what I'm saying? It could be Broadway, you know, somewhere close off Rainier or somewhere. It could be in the West. I done lived so many places. It's like, you know what I mean? So it was that type of, going back to the upbringing. Like, it was just that kind of life, bro. It wasn't like in a spot for too long, for, you know, grow up in the same house your whole life or things like that. It wasn't like that for me, bro. It was like, we here for maybe a year or two, new school, new spot, new area, gotta get to know new people. Because I was never, you know, like, one of those, like, shy in the sense of like, oh, there's people over there, I'm not gonna go say what's up or try to get on that basketball court, or I'm gonna find a way to get on that court. You know what I'm saying? Type. So everywhere I've been, it's just kind of been like that. I've been able to kind of maneuver, you know, carry myself the right way, present myself the right way, to be received the right way. You know what I mean? So
Sure. I remember meeting you as Harlem.
facts.
Explain that for me. Like,
so that name came from when we started rapping. Me, a couple guys, my dog Mike Mack, and the homie Livewire. This is when I had first moved up to East Hill. You feel me? I was going through some family stuff. My father's side is from the East Coast, you know what I'm saying, from Virginia up to New York and all of that. So that's where that lineage and all of that came from, and me being there and all that came from. But once I came into like trying to find myself and who I was at the time, you know, going through things, I clicked up with some guys. And around that time, I want to say we was like 12, 13, somewhere in there, like 13. And, you know, once we started rapping, we was trying to find, you know what I'm saying? And then within that, that's how that name came about. And then it just stuck that way, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I've always had like just hella names. People, you know, niggas make a name for you it was this and that and this, and it was Young Harlem, it was da 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 da. And then once it just stuck like a name, like that's what everybody knew me by. Like, I bet, boom, 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 boom. And so, you know, it initially became my name. Like, niggas didn't even know me by my name. Like, you tell a nigga my name and they be like, what you talking about? So, yeah, that's how that shit came.
I thought when I met, I was like, I thought you was from Harlem or something.
Fresh from there. So that's where my dad's side of his family is from.
Right.
Over there. My mother and all my brothers is West Coast based. Like from Cali, Stockton, Long Beach to here. You know what I'm saying? Seattle and all of that shit. And my parents met here. You know what I'm saying? My parents met here. And then, you know, the process of like me being born and all of this other, you know, stuff and that, it's just a lot into it that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just having this conversation with somebody the other day, like, just discussing, like, the knowing of, like, my life, you know what I'm saying? Because everything I know is from my mom. But there was, like, a situation where it's, like, all my childhood things, pictures, like, gone. You feel what I'm saying? So, my whole life, I've never seen anything of the, you know, younger pictures being there, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. So once my brother had went to New Jersey, and along one of them trips, I had went with him out there, and then we went up to try to get with my aunt and everything out there. So there was a period where my grandma died when I was like 12. You know what I'm saying? In between that period of that and being over on East Hill, you get what I'm saying? That's where I was. So when I come back to school and, you know what I'm saying, my man's in there, like I just started meeting Mike, that's the first time when I come back is when I first meet these guys. You know what I'm saying? Where you coming from? And that's where it was like, all right, bam, 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 bam. And niggas like ran with it. It was like, when niggas figured like, I never considered myself like an out of towner. You get what I'm saying? Because I didn't grow up over there. I grew up over here. I can't, where I came out the womb at, I ain't got no control over it. You feel me? Like, I just know when my mom's, what I go off of what she would tell me. You feel me? Like, how it happened, who my pops was, and how I got over there, and how this, you feel me? Like, it's a wild story. But yeah, that's, you know, once that came about, it just stuck. And then niggas like you said, like when you meet somebody and it's like, all right, yeah, my name Harlem, bro. Woo, woo. Niggas like gravitate towards that almost, like, oh, he's not from here, or I never paraded around like I wasn't from here. Yeah. I was never like, yo, I ain't from here. I ain't, woo. Nigga, I grew up here. So, you know what I'm saying? I got roots over there, but everything I know, everything I learned, you know, everything I built, right here. You feel me? So, I don't really consider myself to be from somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, talk about your transition from Harlem to Huey.
That whole situation, man, I was in a group with some guys and we was going through it and building a team, and then ultimately when I switched my name, I had my son. That's my first son. You feel me? That's his name. And I kind of wanted him to have his own thing. You get what I'm saying? And I kind of still bring that on this musical side and have it like kind of coexisting. You know what I'm saying? So once I made that decision, and I was kind of a growth, you know what I'm saying? Like a growth, and then the play on who that person is, and my real name is Huey. You get what I'm saying? So the play on that, niggas been calling me that already. Like my Huey this, Huey, just the play on names. You get what I'm saying? So that's what triggered the switch. It wasn't nothing like you know, I went on a journey or something. Like it was just a switch at the time to switch something up. And I went solo at that time, so yeah.
Let's talk about